Fucking here we go. How he's fucking going. Oh, I think I fixed my D live. Fucking young. Doesn't go sound off. Can you hear me? Tell me. No. I'm testing my D live and the thing. Obviously it doesn't work. Epic fail. Bang, I'm just gonna destroy this. Bang, alright. There we go. That should be good now. Nah, my sound's still echoing. Sonic, you blocked me from posting memes. Hang on, I better fix this. How many fucking windows are we got open? Bang. Alright. I don't know how I'm hearing myself through the fucking thing. Somehow fucked this up. I might even just cancel this and redo it. Oh no, here we go. How's that? I think I've done it. You fucking oath, mate. Bang, Sonic spewing. I'm pissing everyone off. I'm giving them all the boot. I booted Jovi and Rev. Put Sonic on the meme fucking um blocked you from fucking memeing. Doing a little bit of bench press this afternoon, having a beer. We went out Friday night. We went out street evangelizing Brisbane City and met heaps of fucking weird and wonderful people. Hey, it was pretty fun. Yeah, Bellycopter, Kyle Z. Yeah, how's fucking going? I wonder if anyone's Bubba Gump. What's up? He's going. Well, I got 80 kilos on the bench press. I reckon it's finally I've got myself up to a decent weight. Hey, Brass, how are you? Yeah, good, Credence. How you doing, mate? I've been fucking demonetized on YouTube, booted off Facebook, booted off Instagram. My enemy number one, planet Earth. Pull my bench out a little bit. I was a bit too deep underneath the bar. I was kind of like out here a bit. You know what I mean? Didn't feel that good. You kicked me out of Telegram. For that, you should pay. Wheel Shield. Yeah, no, I've been kicking a few people out of Telegram. Me too, mate. I didn't kick Bubba out, did I? No. How's the baby coming along? Yeah, good. About a month's time. Just a week on mute, I think, still. Oh, I didn't even know if I put you on fucking mute or someone else maybe did. I forgot. There's a few admin on there, so I don't know who. Depends who you piss off. Anyway, I know that fucking. Sorry, D Live. I know people probably tuning in on D Live, and this thing won't let me. It won't let me read my comments on the D Live section. So sorry, D Live, and you're the only people who bloody giving me any fucking lemons, anything like that, because my super chat's been cut off. But that's life, isn't it? That's life. That's the way fucking things go. Can't cry about that. I reckon YouTube is like I'm blocked forever. Wheel steel. I don't know your I just booted like fucking heaps of people. I don't know. I guess I don't manage a Telegram chat very well. If I see the same negative shit over and over again, I just go, what's the point? You know what I mean? I fucking hate reading stupid shit. But also I don't want to like bang on about that to everyone and being like, fucking whinge, whinge, whinge. Who gives a fuck? Because of Nazi shit. Oh, yeah, probably. I'm just over that. Like, Jovi and Rev, they're like, oh my God, crying about the Proud Boys. And it's like, our tenants are our tenants. Our constitution is our constitution, dude. And we'll never capitulate. Like, people who are fucking, I don't know, have a problem with people like upset. They're like, because Proud Boys is a multiracial fucking organisation. There's some gay dudes in there. I think there's been like an article I read. It might have been like CNN or some shit. And they were like, Proud Boys, white supremacist group. And then they were like, 15% of, it was like 5% of the Proud Boys African American, 10% Latino. 2.5% are like gay and 2.5% are Jewish or something. So yeah, it's 80% white people, Europeans, right? And there's 20%, or Latino, African, gay, Jew, whatever. And we don't give a fuck about that. It's for people who, the Proud Boys are for people who believe in the tenets and who want to join. Yeah, Bubba Gump, there's a gay dude in our chapter. That's right. It's like a funny thing. Like I'm a Christian. I don't believe in gay marriage, but my missus' brother's gay, and like I've said to my missus' brother, I was like, I won't go to his wedding if he ever gets married, but that doesn't mean I would bully or put shit on gay people or be arseholes to them. I'll just let them be. There's a few things about the gay stuff. I don't like the transgender, gender fluid shit they want to start teaching in schools. I don't like the fucking trannies using fucking, unisex toilets. I think it's all weird. It's not me. I'm not really interested. But the thing is there's heaps of gay people who are like, agree with me. You know what I mean? The thing is the gays in our Proud Boys chapter, they probably see it the same way I do. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the thing about the left. The left don't like the fact that Proud Boys there can be an African American or a Latino or a gay or a Jew or a European bloke, and we're all together and we're all like, nah. And we all have the same values and we're all conservative, right-wing, libertarian. You know what I mean? We're all like family values, want to have a beer, want to have a good time, want to have a laugh. You know what I mean? That's the values of the club. And then like the lefties hate it because the lefties are like, no. The lefties don't want gays, Jews, blacks, or Latinos, or anyone at all to be a right winger. to be conservative, libertarian, family values, a capitalist, believe in the free market, believe in anything, all the Constitution of America or the Magna Carta or all things that made Western civilization great. The left, look, maybe there's the liberal center lefties who aren't so bad. The people who have taken over the left, the radicals, they don't like the gay proud boy or a gay conservative or a black conservative or an Aboriginal conservative or any of that. They don't want that. They will call them a white supremacist. You know what I mean? And then we've got the lefties and the fake news who are like crying like little bitches. Oh, the fucking Proud Boys. Oh my God. There's like all these African Americans and fucking gays and Latinos and Jews and white fellas all together. And we're all enjoying life, getting on great, same values, same culture. The lefties hate it, and the people who are off the reservation, right-wing weirdos, they hate it too. They fucking hate it as much as the left. So they're like, meh, 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 whinge, 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 crying like little fucking girls, because the right-wingers are like, they don't like the gays or the black dudes or the Latino dudes or the white guys who are like, we see these people and we're like, we got the same values, same culture, same like tradition, we got the same vision, living the same lifestyle. We get on, we're mates, we're brothers, and we're all like, yo, we're all good. We have our vision for what Western society and our nations, and we go, that's it. We're all unified in that, and the left hate it, the right hate it, the hard right, the hard left hate it. They cry, oh my God. Yo, Brucey boy, how you going? I need to do another set of fucking bench. You should unblock Sonic from posting memes. Sonic always posts. This is the thing, right? This is kind of the thing. Even though I kicked Jovi and Port out, Jovi, Port, Aussie, the latest two was Jovi and Rev. See, I don't really like. I'll say to the boys, I'll say to the person, hey man, this is the reason why I'm kicking you out of the group. I reckon we don't see things the same way. No point arguing 24/7. Like, all good, mate. I think it's best that you move on, or maybe this chat isn't for you. You know what I mean? I'm not really into putting shit on guys who are booed out the chat, to be honest. Sonic, you know what I mean? Like doing a meme. I don't really appreciate it memeing about Dear Beltran or fucking any of them, because if I go, oh, all right, guys, we're not on the same page, it's a bit too much drama here, and I'll just say, all good, man. The internet's a big place. Create your own chat, create your own groups, you're all good. No hard feelings, right? No hard feelings, do your own thing. But if I remove someone from the chat, I don't talk shit. I don't really talk shit about any of the people I remove from the chat. I'll have a conversation and I say, right, mate, sorry, mate, I'm going to remove you from the chat. I tell them personally, and then I remove them, and then I don't post memes about them. I don't put shit on them. I don't give crap to them. You know what I mean? Because I think it's like fair is fair. You know what I mean? The Enigma Report. How you going, brother? Your grandfather was a Jew, so you can't question the Jews. Your Fed group suddenly shows up after that massive court case. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I just feel like I feel like as a Christian, I don't like to even if it's like Jewish people, to be honest, like Jews or gays or black people, anyone, right? I don't like to write off even Muslims, like a Middle Easterner. I don't like to write off people completely and just be like, fucking blah, blah, blah. Like, I could read the conspiracy theories about the Jews, or be like, oh, there's some powerful, rich Jews controlling this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I could know the information, be like, right, that's that information. And I'll look at the stats on African American crime and be like, that's that information. And oh, this is the left wing, this is the right. Well, I can have all the information and I can be like, fair enough. And then I think to myself, as a Christian, I want to win over Jewish people. I want to convert them to Christ. I want to convert the Muslims over, the Africans over, the fucking gays over. I want to convert them over to Christ. I want to win them over to being a Christian, right? So I don't want to be like ragging out and giving fucking too much shit. Like, look, I'll tell you my position. Like I said, I don't believe in gay marriage. I won't go to a fucking gay wedding. I don't believe in, the gay, fucking gay, what do you call it? Gender theory. I don't believe in the trannies using public toilets, any of that. I don't want any of that shit taught, so I oppose it. But I'm not going to give shit to gay people. Gay people are in my fraternity. Gay people come to my house. My missus' brother's gay. I'm not going to give people grief about being gay. This is, in this life, they're not actually, that's their voluntary decision. If they're in a voluntary gay relationship, that's their choice as adults. It's none of my business. I'm not going to give shit on them. They're not breaking any laws. They're not forcing rape. They're not raping anyone. If they're not forcing it on kids, I'll leave them alone, right? And then maybe the Jews, it's like, all right, the Jews are some wealthy Jews who are got a heap of wealth, maybe disproportionately have a lot of influence and money. And I would probably say, what I often say about the Jews, I just say they it's quite highly and likely that gay people, Jewish people who are wealthy could be like, I'm angry at whatever. They might be angry at the Catholics or angry at the Germans or angry at someone, and they'll be like, I'm going to use my money to get back at them. Or the Jews could be like, look, what happened? What would be a common sense thing to think about the Jews is they'd be like, we're a minority. There's still minorities of Jews in Western countries. So they think like, oh shit, if we can promote multiculturalism and equality for minorities and all this, then we'll be safer in these countries as minorities. So maybe they do push that. Maybe that's completely common sense. You know what I mean? And I understand that. Right? But personally, I'm not going to fill my heart with anger or, I think with the Jew stuff, I think it's very similar to BLM. I think they're like, Black Lives Matter, like the white man's fucking holding me back and blah, 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 no. And I'm just like, dude, I don't see it. I don't treat black people like that. I don't see it. I don't think it's reality. And I think kind of similar thing with the Jew. You know what I mean? I'm like, so the guys who are, upset with me and they want to argue about all my positions, I think my position is a bit more fair and balanced, and I'm not writing everyone off. I'll give them a fair go. And I think yes, I believe in zero illegal immigration. I don't even believe we need to have permanent immigration to Western countries at all. I think that model, there's some economic models that are not necessarily required. There's other economic models, there's we've been stuck with this perpetual, never ending economic the economic growth model where through fucking mass migration you have never-ending economic growth. So I don't think that model for the economy is necessary. We don't need it. It's not required. We could have temporary immigration visas for holidays and student visas and temporary work visas. We could do that. We don't have any need for full-time immigration. We don't have any need for gay marriage, right? We don't need to give nations like America don't it shouldn't be required of them to give billions of dollars to Israel, right? I can say all these things, I can say all these positions, and I can volunteer at a church, and I can give to my church, and I can help my community, and I can volunteer for a local political party, and I can give some money to that political party and give them my time, and I can try to change the system for the better, and I can find some fucking charities to donate to, you know what I mean? And I could try and make my community a better place, maybe the world a better place, and giving of my own time and a tiny little bit of time and a little bit of money, and I could do that. And we can do things productive without being assholes to everyone. You know what I mean? Maybe there's Jewish people or other people, gay people, and they go, "Look, mate, I don't agree," or lefties or right wing. They could all They could all say, "I don't agree," blah blah blah. We just don't need to be fully black pilled. There's a lot of people out there who are full fucking black pilled, to be honest. A nigger report, tell that to the Jews that demand we be in the Middle East. Yeah, well, I mean, look, I agree. We shouldn't be there. That was a terrible mistake. So we can say all these things and be in pretty close agreement. Be like, you know what? Going to Iraq, not a fucking great idea. Spending billions of dollars, dragging us 20 years over in the Middle East almost, or whatever it is. Waste the money, waste the life. Not good. It's the cause of the mass migration into Europe. And we go, yep, I agree. I totally agree. I do think 9/11 happened by Al-Qaeda. I do think, like ISIS and fucking the Quran and Islam is like a crazy belief system. Any belief system is like, if you kill an infidel, you get a golden ticket to heaven. Now that's a crazy belief system. It's nuts. It's insane. If a shipload of Vikings rocked up on your shore and they were like, if I kill one of these Christians, I go to Valhalla, you'd be like, got a serious problem here. We have a fucking a dangerous philosophy here, a dangerous ideology here, right? So we're all in agreement. We're all in agreement. We all agree that Karl Marx Communist Manifesto and his conflict theory, the divide and conquer conflict theory, it's crazy. Some people don't even know it, like fucking, Trump banning the, what is it? The, what do they call it? The race theory? I don't know what it is. It's not the gender theory. It's the critical race theory. Yeah. So we all know that. We all know. We all look at the facts. And we all look at it and we go, oh, the Frankfurt Institution, they started critical theory, and they started critical race theory and critical gender theory and all these things, and we go, that's all just straight from the toilet. It belongs in the trash. It's all garbage. You know what I mean? So we're all in agreement. See, we're like, people can agree. We can all agree, and I think saying that, pointing that out, saying here's some challenges, here's some issues. What do we want for a society? How can we change things? How can we make it better? There's things you can do. You don't need to get black-pilled, because the people I keep kicking out of my chat or saying I don't want anything to do with it, with these people, they're generally the black-pilled people who are like, there's no hope. Oh, there's no hope. Oh, and they won't have a diet. They won't go to the gym. They won't, be like, oh, I'm fucking go work, go get extra hours, go get extra money, go get a budget, start saving, get some, make yourself look fitter and stronger and more attractive, and find that woman and fall in love and get married and have a family and buy a home and have a future. They're so like black pilled and they just want to go over and over and over again the same. It's like they don't want to say, here's the problem, here's a solution. They want to go like demonize people, carry on in like a super negative way towards people without giving like a Jew or a black person or a gay person like any kind of chance to be like, there's gay. Look at this. The reason why the Proud Boys has African Americans, Latinos, gays, Jews is because in all them communities, there's people who are like, I am a conservative. I agree with what Dusty's saying. Or I agree with the tenets of the Proud Boys. Or I'm actually more conservative or more of a libertarian. I don't believe in open borders. I reject globalism. I don't believe in that. So all these people I believe in family values. I don't believe in a late term abortion. I don't believe in gay marriage or whatever. I believe in all that. And then they go, who are the people who believe in that? And they'll be like, oh, here's all these groups. Here are these Christians. Here are these Proud Boys. Here are these, you know what I mean? And they'll welcome in our group. I am the highway. Yeah, never apologise for your beliefs. I never apologise for them. I think I state my beliefs clearly, and I think my beliefs are like good, a belief system that will lead you to a life of success in work, in your family, in your relationship, in your marriage, everywhere. And you'll have a great life by having a little bit of discipline, self-discipline, putting your best foot forward, trying to change. Have you seen like that picture and it's like three circles. So it's like red, orange, yellow, something like that. And it's like the inner circle's like things you can change. The next circle is like things you can influence. And the third circle might be like things that are quite hard for you to influence. So I definitely believe being more of a conservative mindset is to focus on the things I can change, my inner circle, than the things that I can influence. That's where I focus. And I feel like the black-pilled hard left and the hard right, they don't live in the two circles. The circle, the things I can change and the things I can influence to change the better. They live on the outer circle, which is like, oh my God, there's all these fucking problems. Oh, I can't fix it. Oh, too hard. Oh, I'm just going to quit. I'm a fucking loser. And they live in that third part of the circle, right? And it doesn't produce shit. It doesn't produce anything in their life. And all they do is they stew and they brew on all these things that they can't change and they can't influence to change. And they stew on it and they stew on it and they get more demoralized, more angry, more frustrated. And these are the people who I remove from me Telegram chats and all this. And I just say, dude, don't think it's helping. Don't think it's helping. If you want to live like that, internet's a big place. Take it elsewhere. I'm not going to rubbish people who are like I'm not going to. I think it needs to be stated that you have people say, I've had people say this week, you don't believe in freedom of speech because you kicked me out. Do you know what I believe in? Creating an environment and a culture of people who can have an element of productivity and do things in their personal lives, things they can change, and then the world around them that they can actually do things, like going to church, like volunteering, like giving some money, all that at your church, all that again at a political party, all that again maybe at a charity. doing your best with your family, finding a wife, getting married, having kids, having a job, and, being a decent fucking person at work, getting on with people. Dusty, what's your thoughts on being a proud boy without being a Western chauvinist? Being patriotic, sure. Being a chauvinist by definition is against Christian values. Well, I mean, see, it's clearly stated how being a chauvinistic is ultra patriotic. So, to being a ultra patriotic, a Western chauvinist. Now, understand this: that word has been used as a shit stir, to stir the pot, stir the pot for the people who are like gonna be super offended. You know what I mean? It's a shit stir. It's to stir the pot. It's a laugh. It's a joke. It's a troll and a trigger. You know what I mean? The word we could have said we're a Western patriotic group, but we're like, no, Western chauvinist sounds better, sounds good, and has a deeper meaning, like ultra patriotic. Now, in a Western, you would agree, it is in the West that, we have like the Magna Carta, the common law. Well, the thing is, it's almost like it. I agree at this point in society, it's like it can feel as though people in the current legal structure, it's like people with money can pay for a better lawyer and they can have an advantage. You know what I mean? That's got kind of fucked. But the idea of being a Western chauvinist, it's like the values of democracy, of the Magna Carta, the common law, having a jury of 12 judging you innocent or guilty, everyone getting a vote, everyone having a say. That means that you have skin in the game. There's skin in the game in the West. There's freedom of speech, and I do believe freedom of speech. There is a time and a place for freedom of speech. Like, you don't go into, I don't know, you don't just go to like where there's children and fucking, or there's a time and a place. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place, and there's places to have them conversations. And if you're pushing political, this is the thing about the freedom of speech that I think is really important, is when you're talking about policy, you're talking about taxation, and that taxes are funding like policies or services, right? And we have a fucking say in that. Be like, what the fuck are they doing with their money? They're taking the money, they're spending it, and we should have a say. Be like, what's going on? Or when these laws that can have a long-term effect on society, and we need to be able to have a say and say, what is going on? What is going on with what's going on with all these things? And people need to be able to have a say, because if you have a vote and you can peacefully protest and you can petition and you can say it, then you shouldn't have to have fucking physical confrontation. You'll be able to sort it out. You know what I mean? So we've built this civilization, and it also, there's capitalism, the free market for the most part, that we can be proud of. That it's not like at the moment, there's businesses that we're not just like propping up. At the moment, it's like, yeah, we're propping up all businesses through COVID, right? We're all being propped up through JobKeeper and JobSeeker and all these things. But in a time when there's not this freaking bad aids, communist bad aids, generally there's like, for example, PlayStation and Xbox, you know what I mean? And there's companies that are like, oh, we're going to invest. They get their investment, or they get someone who makes this product, and then they create it, and they're like, yes, they sell this PlayStation, and they make money off it, and they're like, cool. And they're like, oh, shit, now there's Xbox competition, They entered into the console video game market. And what do? They have to keep investing and creating the next best thing, the next best thing. And if they don't, and if they don't reinvest, if they don't create a better product, they'll lose the competition. The free market will destroy the competition. They drive each other forward to create better products, better services, and the services and products that aren't as good, they fail. You know what I mean? And it kind of, at the end of the day, a free market like that results in us having a more productive society. You know what I mean? I think there's like good examples of this, of like when boats were invented. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, they used to transport goods with a horse and cart. And then some dude's like, well, if I buy a boat, I can just sail it from. If I build a boat, we build a boat, and I can sail all this stuff from Brisbane to Melbourne, and one boat will be the same as 100 horses and carts, and it's going to take half of the time. So thank goodness someone built the boat, and we've increased the we've decreased the cost of transportation drastically through the market, and it's been a huge success. Like, technology changes, innovations happen through competition in a free market, and certain things come obsolete, right? So there's like that element of, this is a part of Western civilization. And it's something that we've been able to maintain. And there's like a constant pressure to be like the socialistic or communist idea, where I think you'd lose that competitive edge of a free market. And we can obviously say, be like, when the government they've done some things where they've really fucked up. Or you think like when they privatized water, they privatized the water sector, and they were like, I pay my water bill every quarter, and there's no competition. It's like they sold it, they privatized it into a monopoly, and now there's no competition. So it's been privatized. But why the fuck would you privatize anything into a monopoly where there is no competition, and then we're stuck? And that's where we've seen power prices come down, mobile and internet prices come down. Where there's competition, that's where the free market, we get better value for money. Where there is actual competition drives better value for money for the consumer and all this stuff. Sonic reckons the downside of the free market is to enable slave labor like Apple does. Well, I think, the free market gets us. I agree. I agree that like it's not that good to buy a fucking phone where some Chinese bloke is working in a slave labor fucking factory with suicide nets off the bill. Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But that's your communist mates over in China, bro. They're even allowed that. Like, it's pretty terrible. Hopefully it seems like the wealth, China's kind of like a single party. They've embraced economically more of a capitalistic model in it, partly. So like, fuck. So like they've found pretty good success in that. But there can be a lack of regulation. There can be a lack of all that. They're lifting more and more people out of poverty every fucking 10 years than anyone else. So they've done extraordinarily well at that. And you wonder, like, if the people in China who work in that fucking Apple factory, they're leaving their villages or whatever, and they're going to work in these fucking cities, in these factories. And there's still a certain amount of voluntary. So it is a voluntary decision to work there. Now, it's not good. You know me, I try to buy Australian made as much as I possibly can. I try to buy Australian made as much as I can because I do believe that it is important to buy stuff that I know that there's a person who's getting a livable wage and decent work conditions, and they're not fucking polluting the shit out of the environment. I think that's true. Like, I feel like that's a personal moral decision that I make, and I pay. It probably cost me extra. It cost me extra pulling out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? Kel, China is capitalist, woke, dusty. They pretty much are for the most part. Look up the meaning Sonic. You may gain a deeper understanding. Yeah, look up what chauvinist means. I mean, do you blame people like every article you read about the Proud Boys is like, oh my god, white supremacists, and there's all these like black dudes and Fred Perry's. You know what I mean? And it was like, yeah, the stats came out and they said it was like 15% of the Proud Boys are people of color. And then they did like stats on BLM, Black Lives Matter, and they said it was like 7% black. So we've got more racial diversity in the Proud Boys than Black Lives Matter does. Like, it's fucking hilarious. And like, it's even that funny thing about the Twitter thing. It's like, oh, the fucking hashtag Proud Boys. Well, I think the gay Proud Boys are like fucking laughing their heads off about that the most, because there's gay Proud Boys. You know what I mean? And the good thing about the gay Proud Boys, like, I would say the gay Proud Boys, I say, like, well, I don't believe in gay marriage. I don't believe in gender theory, like, that gender's fluid or any of that, or fucking trannies should be able to use fucking any bathroom they want. I don't believe in any of that. And for the most part, the gay people I know in the Proud Boys, and even outside Proud Boys, a lot of the gay people I know who are like, nah, I don't agree with it either. So it's like, this is just the problem that I think the left have, is like the hardcore left-wing people. They're like, no, my professor said it. The gender theory study, the feminist study professor said. The critical race theory professor said. And they get all like, that's it, like, that's it. And then they get shocked that, Africans and everyone, gay people and women and all these other people are like, no, I disagree with that theory. I don't think that's true. I reject that. And people, all these, there's like a diversity of people on the right wing of diverse sexual orientation or racial heritage who are like, reject the left-wing bullshit. You know what I mean? And the lefties hate it. They hate it. And that's why they go after the Proud Boys. That's why, because they're like, no, you must submit to what I'm telling you. The professor said. Well, you don't want. Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate for trans people to use a fucking bathrooms like that, or I think it's a slippery slope, and I don't think it's good. I think use of even like 0.01% people are trans. You're probably never going to see a trans person in your life. It's like, you'll see, I've seen 4 trannies in my life, right? And, I would prefer to be at a fucking urinal and pissing next to a tranny, like a man wearing a dress, and we're pissing next to the other. Like, hey, go, mate. I'll treat them fine. I have not a problem. This is the thing. I don't have a problem with a man wearing a dress pissing next to me in the trough. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is a man in a dress pissing in a female's bathroom with little girls and women. That's what I have a problem with. They can come in with me. Bearded ladies, welcome. They can piss in the urinal next to me and be like, hey, fucking yeah. Not a fucking drama. Because I'm in and out anyway. No drama. You know what I mean? I think it's It's too high a risk for predators to take advantage of. Um, we all know men. It's like the trannies getting involved in female sports. They're dominating. The people born as men and they identify as a woman are dominating in female sports. So if they start these trannies who want to compete in female sports, they want to fucking start using female toilets. There's a strength advantage there. It's like a vulnerable place. Let the women go to the bathroom and the little girls do their thing, and that's their safe private place for just women, not blokes. And that's another thing with the trannies in the sports. But here's the thing: don't listen to me about it. Go listen to gay and lesbian people or women who are like not interested, who are like, no, totally agree with Dusty. It's fucking inappropriate. Don't have anything to do with it. So listen to them. You get upset because it's Dusty, the proud boy, this Christian man talking about it. But there's heaps of people who don't agree with the fucking lefty gender theory and all this fucking crap. Don't agree with it. And that's when the left go, no. Where the fuck am I here? Where am I in the comment section? Cal. Cal, I don't really care if the white nationalist group is diverse. No, so they're just anti-globalist and we're anti-globalist, anti-globalization, we're anti-mass migration, we're anti, your transgender fucking sport, the trannies in sports, the trannies want to use fucking public toilets, all the crazy stuff, the gender fluid want to get taught still at school. And there's a diverse range of people who completely oppose the radical left wing ideas. That's what you need to know, Cal. It's not white nationalists, it's groups of conservatives and libertarians and people, even liberals who have common sense, who are like, we reject these out of control left wing ideas that have come through the universities, come through the Frankfurt Institute or the critical theory and all these the psychology departments and the sociology departments, and they've all immersed these weird, stupid ideas. Reinventing the wheel doesn't work. I need to do another set of bench press. Fuck, where did I go? I must have well, I'm pro-globalization, pro-trans right, and pro-immigration. Fair enough, Cal. Can I sell my house and go buy a fucking... See, the thing is, globalization it's like a street at the moment. It's like fantasy land, Cal. It's a fantasy land that you're living in, because people in Indonesia, they don't want globalization. They don't want foreigners telling them what to do. They don't want illegal immigrants pouring into Indonesia. They don't want it. They don't want it. India doesn't want it. None of these nations want it. Who wants it? Mexico has a fucking wall at our southern border. So all these nations are like, actually, they don't agree with it. They don't want it. They want to have, if it's a dictator, they sure as hell don't want someone telling them what they want. They're full authoritarian dictatorship. The commies, you tell me China and North Korea and fucking Cuba, you tell me they want globalization. They want the UN telling them what to do, setting fucking quotas on how many immigrants they should take and how much carbon monoxide they should be producing. All these fucking rules and regulations, another layer of fucking government red tape. Do you think they want that? They don't want that. You think Islamic nations who are Muslims who want Sharia law, you think they want fucking globalization? They don't want that. There's individual nations, and who lives in a democracy who you have local representation. You have your city council elections, first layer of government. You have your fucking state elections, people you voting in people to represent you at a state level, and you have your federal elections. How much more the people who you vote in represent you? If I vote in someone in fucking Ipswich, they represent me in Ipswich for a state level. Or if we vote fucking have a federal election, that's it. Why the fuck do we need the UN? Some global government. It's ridiculous. Is it because you're like a Trotsky? Is it Trotsky, the communist, who believed like communism only works if it's global? That's really what we're dealing with now. I think like the uni students who are like, Stalin's vision of communism failed. The Soviet Union failed. Like the nationalistic communism failed. And they're like, Trotsky's vision of communism, that's what's going to work. So they want globalization as just globalistic communism, the Trotsky communists. That's what they are. And I don't really think we should be telling fucking New Zealand what to do, or Fiji what to do, or Indonesia what to do, Papua New Guinea what to do. I think they should be, the people of them nations should be deciding what the fuck is best for them. And there's no reason you can't have good neighbours. There's no reason why. There's no reason why I believe we shouldn't have any permanent immigration. No permanent immigration. Not required. We can have temporary student visas. Come here, get your degree or your diploma, and then go back home and be an amazing blessing to your nation. Get trained here, maybe a bit of experience. Maybe they could work part-time while they study, and then go back home, be an amazing blessing to the nation. We could do temporary work visas, temporary holiday visas, all these things, and people could come in and go if the economy needs it, or if we want to help. That's how you help people. Having a one-way system of immigration is stupid. You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be like, let's open up Western countries to the third world. What? We're never going to solve the fucking problem. Have you seen the gumball guy who's like, every year in the third world, 100 million people are born. And they're like, oh, it's after deaths, it's plus 100 million people in the third world population growth. And all the Western nations combined take 2 million. He takes 2 gumballs and he drops them he takes them out of the 100 million. And he's like, immigration into Western nation solves nothing. It doesn't help. Immigration, mass migration, because at the point that the West is migrating 2 million people a year, it's not doing anything. There's still 98 million people net population growth in the emerging economies around the world, right? It's not helping. It's not helping them lift them out of poverty or any of the things that maybe Cal or these lefties think that it's achieving. It's achieving nothing. So it's a model that doesn't work. So wouldn't you be like, fuck, we need to globalization equals trade. We can have trade deals, mutual trade deals that benefit each nation. Like, look what Trump's done. He's renegotiated his trade deals. You can have all good deals like that. That's fine. I'm referring to, and I think, Cal, are you changing it and being like, equals trade, globalization equals trade? Is it because now when you're hearing information, you're like, fuck, I'm wrong? You're wrong. Where's fucking Sonic? I missed this fucking thing here. Where is it? If the PBs don't use the facade of being chauvinist and drop the white power sign, which is against Christian values, I'll sign up tomorrow. So you've got it like wrong. You're interpreting that wrong. So you're that it's okay to be a proud boy, or okay, everyone the Navy uses it, everyone uses it, divers use it. It's okay. That's always what it's been. And 4chan said it meant white power. So 4chan did that as a troll because there's photos of like fucking Obama and everyone doing that. And they just want to troll the world. Have you seen the thing that they did one too ages ago? 4chan, it's like hashtag means Hail Hitler. And like all these things they invent, it's like a troll. You know what I mean? And chauvinist means ultra patriotic. That's what it means. So it's a shit stir. It's a laugh. Kelly, it's because I like trade, Dusty. Yeah, I like trade too. I think you can have mutual agreements. You don't need like the UN setting. I'm sure you like trade, but at the same time, Cal, I'm sure when they did that TTP, was it Trans-Pacific Partnership? I thought it was. Remember that? And everyone was like, fuck, Obama almost signed it. I think was it Malcolm Turnbull or someone almost signed it. And luckily it didn't go through, and everyone was like, geez, we like these. That was like it wasn't fully globalist trade deal, but it was a trade deal. And yeah, we all know it was it was sort of like Pacific nations trade together, and it was kind of excluding China. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we looked at that trade deal and everyone was like, fuck, we're signing away at the sovereignty of our nation when we sign up to these deals. And that's the biggest problem. We want to have neutral, like a fair, good trade deal. You know what I mean? And we all know, like, where the fuck? I need to do another set of bench press. I'm sitting down here doing nothing. What I've been advocating for what globalization is pure capitalism. It's true. I mean, if you had pure globalistic capitalism, it'd be like, would Facebook be allowed in China? They don't fucking allow any of that shit over them nations. You know what I mean? I think this is the thing. I think the system is not broken. I think the system just needs to be fucking tweaked a little bit here and there, and it can be improved greatly. And it's not like we don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's what I believe. What's best for them is global trade. That's why Indonesia is getting down with it as much as possible. India too. Yeah, well, we need to diversify our trade and get a bit off the China and diversify away from them because they're like authoritarian assholes at the moment. Like, I don't think they're trustworthy. I think we should be trading with democracies over communist shitholes. Where was I reading? Oh, shit. I don't know. I'm losing where I'm at here. Sorry, D Live, because this is dual streaming and I haven't been able to read any D Live comments. I don't know how many of you are viewing. I'm on my phone down the shed. I should be doing bench press, but I'm not. Global trade achieves economic growth. That's globalism, Dusty. Well, the thing is like the kind of globalism that I oppose is like the sense that there's no borders, that the UN can come and dictate to democracies and set, we set a target. Setting a target and having like something that nations could voluntarily meet a target, that's fine. But I don't like the idea of, global mafias standing over nations and being assholes. You know what I mean? I don't like the idea of it. I like the idea of having solid borders and all that. Trade deals. Yeah, what? The Trans-Pacific Partnership. That's the trade deal he fucking crushed, and you got better deals with bloody, what do you get? Japan, Korea, Mexico, Canada. The talk for a big trade deal with Britain. I think he's done great on trade. No, lol, I call things what they are, and they are, and globalization literally is just trade. Well, I believe that, there needs to come, would you agree that, like Sonic was saying, there is a certain amount of protectionistic policies that Australia needs to implement? And we can see with COVID, and it's like there have been breaking down of supply lines, and it's proven that companies are like, holy shit, we can't source things that we need. And they're like, damn, because we've cut off domestic manufacturing. You know what I mean? So there comes a point where it's good for nations to be a certain amount of self-reliance. You know what I mean? And there's good jobs that can be created. If we did it right, we could, we got to adjust our taxes and our regulations, and we could incentivize to bring back manufacturing so that our nation becomes more resilient with if things like COVID happen. Like now, we can't be over reliant on China to make everything. There's things that we should be able to diversify our economy, that we can have manufacturing, because there's good jobs in manufacturing. And maybe we have to be a little bit protectionistic, like we know that China puts tariffs, nations put tariffs on imports and exports. We know China doesn't have the same regulations as us. They don't have like a minimum wages as us and all that, right? So people are, like Sonic said, they're fucking making iPhones and they're getting paid peanuts, poor work conditions. It's like slave labor, right? It's not good. We would never subjugate our workers to that in this nation. So there comes a point where we could be a little bit more protectionistic. You know what I mean? And these are the things that, like, they used to build cars in Brisbane. They used to build all sorts of shit. The dude I work with, Tony, he's like, yeah, mate, I used to build TVs when I was 20 years old. I used to work at Holden building cars. I used to build all this shit in the city, and now it's all gone. It's all gone. You know what I mean? And I mean, maybe it's, we could be just talking shit, because there's like projections that are saying that are like, in 10 years' time, and it'll be like 40% of all jobs are going to become obsolete because of automation. You know what I mean? Like, technology's getting better. That could be automated fucking self-driving cars and self-driving trucks and self-driving forklifts and all these fucking machinery and automation happening, and 40% of the economy could be. And then at the end of the day, we could be like, yeah, we bought back manufacturing for the robots. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, they went and they let a lot of manufacturing go, and they red tape and the taxes just fucking drove a lot of good jobs overseas. And I think like a lot of manufacturing jobs are like simple jobs, repetitive, simple jobs that are good for, like, look, I think there's a lot of people out there who just need simple jobs, Just a simple, cruisy, repetitive, easygoing job, like in a factory manufacturing something. I think they're good jobs in that that we could bring back. But it all, I can talk shit about it all day until I'm willing to buy Australian made. I might as well just be talking absolute shit. White supremacists use it all the time. No one ever sees a white supremacist. I see mentally ill people who are fucking desperate for help. Yeah, PBs use it all the time, and it's an awesome troll. I wonder if I have. We did a run of stickers, and the stickers were "It's okay to be a proud boy." I'll show you. Check this out. I just ripped it off my lawnmower, Cal. This has been on my lawnmower for like 3 years. It's okay to be a proud boy. See how old that sticker is? I just peeled it off my lawnmower. Do you get it? It was just a shit stir. It's okay to be a proud boy. That's what it means. I can't believe that we're still talking about this. I swear this is the first time Sonic came into this chat. He was like, "That's a racist hate symbol." It's not, man, because before that even came a thing, didn't someone put up posters at some university? It was like, "It's okay to be white." And then we're like, "Oh, let's get the same font and we'll do a run of stickers and it's okay to be a proud boy." And it's just a big shit stir. Yeah, the idea of the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, was to get a leverage on China, give them something so leverage so China would listen more. Yeah, I agree. That's what I said initially. I said the TPP was to get all these nations to be a trade deal, and China was excluded from that. They were excluded. Wait, that wasn't TPP. TPP was meant to strengthen trade ties with countries that are allies but do heavy trade with China. Yeah. But the thing is when we looked at it, it wasn't as good as it was kind of like getting us a pretty shit deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't that great of a deal. Hey, Cal! And you're there with your fucking computer looking it up. I got nothing. I was right. Lol, you got it right. I messed it up. There you go. That's all right, mate. That's all right, Cal. Guess what? You got this one wrong too. See? There's your evidence from my fucking lawnmower. There you go. I need to do another set of bench. I need to move this over. Bang! 80 kilos. Listen to Colonel Sanders. That's right. Drink of water. Yeah, he doesn't even drink water on these workout streams. I know. I only bought one beer down with me. Should have bought more beer with me. Colonel Sanders is a Confederate slave owner. He oppressed chickens. Yeah, it's true. I met a vegan protester in the city Friday. On Friday, we went in there street evangelizing, just street preaching, like with my Jamaican mate, Roy. 2 years ago, he wanted to become a Christian, so I baptized him in my swimming pool, just over there. And he's been coming to church with me of recent because he was like, "You reckon it's the end of the world? You reckon it's Revelations and all that?" And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "But won't hurt to." He just said he wanted to make sure he was right with the Lord. So I was like, "Well, come to church." And we've been reading the Word together and that. He's been coming to church. And then he was like, he showed me a video of some street preachers. And I was like, "Dude, let's go in the city. They do it every weekend, the street preachers." So I was like, "Let's go in, check it out." So we went in Friday night. And we listened to the story. We just chilled with the street preachers and we just hung out with them and we handed out some like Jesus loves you, some Bible verses, whatever they were. And there was one guy who was a vegan. There was a vegan protest going on. And the vegan dude was he was born in Afghanistan, born to a Muslim family, quite an interesting guy. And it was cool to talk to that dude. And I was like, one day I'll get him on. I reckon I'll try get him on the show for a live. Real interesting dude. I watched one of your videos where you were doing tactical archery. You're a lethal. Good show. Thanks, mate. Yeah. There you go. I used to press 60 kilos when I weighed 50, I know. I'd have to be benching 100 kilos. I'm pushing 100 kilos now, so fuck, I reckon I'll be able to. I could probably bench 100 kilos now if I had a spotter. Maybe when the boys come around, we'll jack it up and I'll see how much I can bench. I reckon I can bench 100 for sure. It's not necessary to drink water if you're a proud boy. My mother-in-law, my dad, and my stepmom, when they came over from New Zealand last, right? My stepmom, she was like, my missus got a glass of water from the tap and she's like drinking it. And my stepmom goes, "What are you doing?" Like literally was like, "What are you doing?" Stopped her hand from drinking tap water. And Angie's like, my missus is like, "What?" She's like, "You don't drink water." And we were like, "What are you fucking talking about?" My stepmom reckons, right? I kid you not, she reckons she never in her whole life, she's like 67 now. She's like, she reckons her first glass of water in our house, the first glass of water she remembers ever drinking in her life. And we're like, "Have a glass of water." And she was like, she only drinks like beer, coffee, tea, juice, milk. Like, so she drinks, she just doesn't drink water. It was pretty funny. Andrew Jackson, got to give them vegans the right meat and they'll come around. The good thing about this vegan dude, like I'll tell him like hunting stories and talk to him about eating meat and stuff. And like, he doesn't get offended. He'd just be like, "Oh yeah." Like he doesn't care. Like he's not offended. You can have a conversation. So I like really appreciate it about him. And like, I don't be an arsehole to him either. Cal, I used to be able to bench 40. Over 40, I can't remember how much I got up to. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, best mates. Another one of how come you haven't joined the Telegram chat? Nah, don't. I'll probably kick you out eventually. People get pissed off when I kick them out. Another set. Bang. Too fucking easy, eh? Cal, you bench 40 every minute of the day. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call this a fucking wrap. I reckon I might try to do my cheap Tuesday show as like a workout and do. I'll save my bench press for Tuesdays and we can talk shit. I'll have to bring down like books and shit to read because I can't read off the net. Anyway, I'll catch his thirsty Thursday, eh? Sorry, fucking D Live. I can't read your comments on D Live. Should I try quickly do it? Let me see if this works before I fucking shut it down. Bang, my channel. Anyone here? Yo, it's worked for me. That's good. Yo, D Live, how you going? I'm finally here. Where's the comments at? I'm doing this on my phone. Where are me fucking comments? Yeah, is that it? Yo! No. About. How do I do it? I'm working it out. Chat. Oh, it worked for a second. It's weird as when I do go D Live on my phone. Nah, I'm back. Ew. How was that for you, YouTube, as I disappeared? Drink of water, Dusty. I know, sorry, am I like breathing like an animal or something? I would argue with everyone in your group and it wouldn't stop. I know, that's why I keep getting rid of people because it's like, well, I feel like at least the left wing people, I know you argue all the time, but some of the right wing, look, I don't even call them right wing. Like some of these dudes who are far out and they get onto the JQ and all the stuff and they just get like, I find them to be totally black pilled. I actually find, yeah, anyway, it probably would just turn into a shit show. It's all good. As long as we have fun. Likes for dusty people, thanks heaps. As long as we have fun, that's the main thing. And there's no look, I have no hard feelings for the people I kick out of my chat. It's just like if it's not working and it's always constant drama and it's like energy draining, then I do remove people just for the sake of uh, I guess like Telegram's quite addictive, to be honest. So then you like see a heap of comments, and then you like check it, and then you read through, and then I've just spent fucking a few minutes reading some negative asshole abuse someone, and I think to myself, I don't need that in my life, to be honest. So I'm happy you acknowledge these people exist. Lol. I think Cal like these people who are out there, I don't know if they have like depression or something, like if they just met like, and like I don't think I don't know if I'm equipped or have the patience to like bring them over to common sense. Like I think everyone out there, I want to bring them over to to become a Christian. That'd be excellent. You know what I mean? Because I do believe Jesus, and I think better to be right with the Lord, give you a bit of hope beyond the grave. That'd be great for everyone. I feel like that's the most important thing. But here on this side of planet Earth, I think like let's I don't write off anyone. That's why people they're like, oh, the Jews, and they want me to hate all the Jews, or they want me to hate all the fucking the gays, or all the lefties, or all the fucking Muslims, or I'm not gonna hate anyone. I'm not gonna fucking hate anyone, right? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna hate on anyone. That's bullshit. They what's Cal saying? They do, unfortunately, but yeah, they will hurt others far sooner than they will see the light. I think what they do is like people who talk and act that way. It's like dark energy, negativity that they're constantly perpetuating. So it's like they have no answers or no solutions to any problems. Like if they're like, oh, the murder rate in the black African American community, and if they think that's such a fucking issue, or they're like, oh, Muslims have a higher rate of fucking rape or pedophilia or something, and it's like, what's the solution? Hate people, you know what I mean, or fucking whatever the problem is. I don't think being a complete asshole. Point out the problem, come up with the solution, be optimistic. Don't just black pill and go fucking negative. You know what I mean? Like, fuck's sake. Like, don't write off everyone. People could have written me off when I was younger. I was hanging out in a bad crowd and did dumb shit, and people could have written me off too fucking easily, man. And all these black people and all these Muslims and all these people around my life or whatever, they treated me fine. They treated me fine. They were good influences on me, and they helped me. So like, I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see some of these people live their lives. And I think a lot of that comes down to people with depression. If someone is depressed, they get very dark and narrow-minded. They don't see any. They don't have any optimism. It's like a form of you know how they'll be like the media is manipulating you. You're being manipulated. It's like they are the most manipulated people. Black pilled people are the most manipulated people on earth. Every day I'm walking around talking to people. I go to the shops everywhere I go. Been traveled all around the world, and you know what? Just haven't seen any of this fucking drama, evil, bad shit. I just never see it. I've just never seen it. Anyway, fucking God bless his catches Thirsty Thursday. We'll have a few cold beers. There's heaps of good news and shit out there to read. I've been pretty on the slack, but anyway, fucking catches Thirsty Thursday.